Ladies and gentlemen, draft day is almost upon us. Two-Tone Sports here, going to be live the entire NFL draft. Going to give you my live reactions, and I'm definitely going to follow it up with a handful of videos. So, as always, guys, we have a Mock the Mock. All right, who is this? Kyle Stackpole from CBS Sports. All right, I'm going to have to stop this ad when it pops up here, but once again, Two-Tone Sports, please tune into the live. It's going to be a fun one. This mock draft, I feel, or I'm sorry, this NFL draft, I feel, is going to be one that's going to be wild. All right, so what do we have here? NFL mock draft 2023. Eagles move all over the board and land Bijan Robinson. Patriots trade into the top 10. Interesting. Let's get into it. Boom, boom, boom. Pick number 1, Bryce Young. First it was Young as the betting favorite, then it was Stroud, and now it's back to Young as we enter the home stretch. In the end, the unique skill set of Young overshadows his physical stature. And he goes number 1 to Carolina. Safe pick. Only concern is his size. Like I said, don't be shocked if it goes Young, Stroud, or Young. They, in my eyes, can't really go wrong. Young is the better passer, little undersized. Stroud is more size, a little bit more to learn. Take your pick. So I'm assuming CJ Stroud. I don't buy that the Texans could take Will Anderson Jr. here and then try to use the number 12 pick to move back up for a QB. QBs are going off the board in at least 3 of the first 4 picks, if not all 4, which would leave Houston without a rookie single caller. Instead, the franchise doesn't overthink, and it takes CJ Stroud. I think this is the move. I genuinely think this is the move. 6'3", 214. This is the move they do. This is probably how the draft is going to fall for the first 2 picks. Whoa. The Lions move up? Whoa. Okay. All right. This is something we haven't seen. Lions move up 2-3 to take Anthony Richardson with a trade with the Arizona Cardinals. Jared Goff is serviceable, solid even, for a team on the rise in a NFC that has a bunch of unknowns after the Eagles. But getting Anthony Richardson for the long term is too good to pass up, even though it costs some draft capital to move up 3 spots. I don't hate this. I kind of like it, especially if you're going to put him behind Jared Goff. Not Goff, whatever. Kid's got some stuff to learn, but he's got the highest ceiling of them all. Go to this offense is going to be pretty snazzy. All right? They got a decent offensive line. The defense needs a little help, but this is an awesome fit. DeAndre Swift there. They got Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, come on. This is a really cool fit for this guy. Then you got Will Levis going 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go QBs. Interested if a 5th one will come off in this first round. I wonder if Hendon Hooker is going to come up here. But 6'4", 229. Indianapolis makes history by taking Will Levis, as it's the first time in NFL draft history that QBs go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Levis has gotten a bad rap throughout the draft process, but he's still a top 10 pick. And with how QBs flew off the board, he's pushed up to number 4 here. Colts needed a QB badly. It's kind of one of their biggest needs, biggest holes, you can say. It's unfortunate. I don't really see this going any other way. I kind of just consistently see Will Levis here. So I'm seeing more teams trade up to pick 3 to take Richardson. Leaving Jalen Carter, pick 5. Leaving Jalen Carter, 6'3", 314. Geez, I can't speak. I get it. Will Anderson Jr. is a much safer pick, but Jalen Carter was seen by many as the most talented player on that historic 21 Georgia defense. Even though the Seahawks fortified their interior defensive line in free agency, they take the chance on Carter's immense upside. I don't hate the pick. I don't love it. Honestly, if Anderson's still on the board, I think I'm taking him over Carter. I get it, though. This kid was the number 1 pick for the longest time. Home run for the Cardinals. Damn. Perfect scenario. Trade back 3 spots, pick up draft capital, still get the safest prospect in this class. If you're a Cardinals fan, you're dancing on the bar, you're dancing on whatever you can get up on. You are chugging beers. Good for you guys. This is awesome. This is awesome. 6'4", 253. The best defensive player in the draft. Going here at 6 after you trade back and add. Oh. This is gorgeous, isn't it? This is gorgeous. Will Anderson Jr. coming in to take J.J. Watt's position. Leaving Christian Gonzalez to go to the Raiders. This is smart. The Raiders need to upgrade the secondary in a big way, and Christian Gonzalez has all the tools to be number 1. Las Vegas will need 1 going against Mahomes and Herbert 4 times a year. That's where I was about to lead to. Literally where I was about to lead to. Don't forget, Russell Wilson, don't downplay him. He had an off year. He could turn it on. You're going to be playing Herbert, Mahomes, and Wilson 6 times a year. You're going to need that lockdown corner to take away the biggest threats, because those boys don't seem to be regressing anytime soon. This is smart pick, even though I like offensive linemen here. But we're having some offensive lines slide down, so let's see. Maybe this is what the Patriots move into the top 10 for. Tyree Wilson, edge, coming off number 8. Consistently, I've been going to the Falcons here. They just got Calais Campbell. Now they're getting Tyree Wilson. They got Jeff Okudah. Their defense is looking solid. The 6'6", 271-pounder out of Texas Tech. I love this kid. I think he's got some very good upsides. Can't beat the size. Upside is what I meant to say. Can't beat the kid's size. And, man, this is a beaut. This really is. This is an awesome pick. It's going to shore up the Falcons' defense. I really like this. Home run pick for the Bears after trading back, getting that draft capital from moving to the Carolinas, giving up number 1, and you land the best offensive tackle prospect in the draft. 6'6", 313 in 2020. Paris Johnson Jr. blocked for Justin Fields in 5 games at Ohio State. 3 years later, he'll be blocking for him again in Chicago. Love that pairing. Really smart move by the Bears. It's something the team needs to do for their future, to be honest. Smart pick to get a blindside blocker that the QB is going to be comfortable with and has played with before. And if you truly believe in Fields, do the right thing. Do the right thing and draft your guy. Totally a Bill Belichick thing to do. They're trading up with the Eagles at 10 to get Peter Skoronski. Patriots jump the offensive line needy Titans and Jets. Take Skoronski. Regardless of where the Northwestern standout plays, he'll upgrade an offensive line in need of more talent. 6'4", 313. The kid lacks in arm length, but he's got all the skills and the tools to do phenomenal. If you kick this kid inside to play guard, he's going to be an all-pro guard. If you find him out on tackle, he is going to play well there too. Bill Belichick will find the exact right thing to do with this kid. The exact right thing to do with this kid. This is phenomenal. I love this. I love this. Good trade up. Good trade back for the Eagles too. And then the Titans come in and do the right thing with Broderick Jones. With the top 4 QBs long gone. The run on offensive linemen continues, with the Titans taking Broderick Jones, the 6'5", 311-pounder, out of Georgia, knows how to block. All right, and why? You need that offensive line. No matter who your QB is, no matter who your running back is. Derrick Henry's going to be there. Build this man a wall. And let him get back to his old self and keep him healthy too. I consistently say it doesn't matter who you have in the backfield or out of receivers. It doesn't matter if you have a mediocre offensive line. So with that being said, damn. Texans go Devon Witherspoon. Wide receiver would work here, but the chance to pair Devon Witherspoon with Derek Stingley leads to the Texans going cornerback. Honestly, I haven't really thought about this much. I like it. I like it a lot. I like Devon Witherspoon. He is my CB2. Clear CB2. 6 foot, 181 is sticky. He's gonna be an island. Him and Christian Gonzalez are gonna be island corners for sure. I'm not saying they're Sauce Gardners all last year, but they're gonna be good. And this is definitely a need for that team. They have an early second round pick, so I like it. Smart. Darnell Wright going here at pick 13. The Jets need a right tackle. Darnell Wright is the best right tackle in this class. So despite having Mekhi Becton and Max Mitchell on the roster, New York takes a safe approach. Why this is the right thing? You're assuming they're getting Aaron Rodgers, okay? I mocked this in all of my recent mock drafts. You're assuming the Jets are getting Rodgers. You cannot rely on Mekhi Becton to play for you at this point. I think he's played 50 snaps in the past 2 years or whatever. You cannot rely on Mekhi Becton to start for you. If you're bringing in Rodgers, give him time. He's getting older. You want to be successful, got to have good tackles. Darnell Wright's going to come in and do that for you. So the Eagles traded from 10 back to 14. What do? Bijan Robinson at pick 14. 5'11", 215. I like to call him the joystick. Putting Bijan Robinson in the Eagles offense would be unfair to the rest of the NFL. Yet the league lets Philadelphia trade back and still grab the best running back prospect since Saquon Barkley. Guys, I hate to say this, and you guys are going to call me crazy. I think he's a better prospect than Saquon. Saquon was a little bit bigger, and yeah, I think this kid has got a little bit more talent in the aspect of pass catching and whatever than Saquon. And the reason I say this is because of where he went. If he goes to the Eagles, he's not going to be asked to do as much as Saquon was. Meaning, I think he'll stay a little healthier. And I think the Eagles won't beat this kid to oblivion, kind of like the Giants did when Saquon went there. Is Saquon nasty? Oh, yeah, he's disgusting. He is very, very good. I don't know what's going on with that whole franchise tag situation, but he's in a better fit, better talent, better scheme with the Eagles than Saquon was when he joined the Giants. He won't be asked to do as much. This is awesome. If you could trade back, grab draft capital, get Bijan, and be okay, if you got a second rounder out of this and you can double up, and this is an okay pick. Is it high for 14? Yeah. But it's an okay pick if you got other draft capital to fill some needs. Because edge is deep. We'll also see what you do with the other pick. So 15, they're going Lucas Van Ness. The Packers haven't drafted an offensive skill player, running back, wide receiver, or tight end since 2002. I'm not predicting that they're going to select one now, even though wide receiver and tight end make a ton of sense. Instead, they take Lucas Van Ness to strengthen the defensive line. I like it. 6'5", 272. This kid could play all over that defensive line. It's a smart move for the Packers. History repeats itself, meaning high chance they're not going wide receiver or tight end. Tight end's deep. So don't be shocked if they don't go one at 15. I like it. Could be interesting because I have Rodgers leaving. You got Love. I mean, you got Dobbs and what's his name, Watson out there. So this could definitely be interesting on what happens here. Maybe they change the course of history since Rodgers is gone. But most likely not. I mean, they do need help on the defensive side of the ball. And I don't know. It all depends on also what they get from the Jets. If they get 2 second-rounders, could get interesting. Maybe they go receiver here because edge is deep and tight end is deep. Maybe they go receiver here and they go edge and tight end in the second round. I don't know, but it's kind of a food for thought here, all depending on what happens with that Rodgers trade. If they get a first rounder, which I'm willing to bet they don't, like 90% sure they're not going to, could change the whole draft for them and draft in general. Joey Porter Jr., 6'3", 193, easy choice here to Washington. I totally agree. The Commanders need a cornerback, and Joey Porter is one of the best ones left. I do agree. I think Devon Witherspoon and I think Christian Gonzalez are going to be gone before pick 16. Porter's my CB3. Depending on how physical a team wants of a corner, he could be CB2 over Devon Witherspoon. I just think Devon Witherspoon's better in coverage. But this is awesome. This is really an awesome, awesome fit for them. Deonte Banks going to Pittsburgh. Ooh, I'm going to say why I like this and don't. Commanders. The Steelers need help on the back end, and Deonte Banks could grow into a big piece of that defense. Kid lit it up at the NFL Combine. Had a blazing speed. Not blazing. Ridiculous. Vert. Nice broad. I just think tackle may be a better position at this point. Corner's kind of deep. I mean, don't get me wrong. Deonte Banks is top tier in this draft. And there's like fall off. There's kind of a fall off after him, so I get it. Tackle's also kind of deeper in this draft, I'm gonna say. So is corner though. At pick 17, this is a nice pick. This is definitely a nice pick. So this kid should be able to run toe to toe with honestly any speed in this league and any receiver in this league. So I understand the pick. Okay. Brian Bree, 6'6", 298. Dan Campbell and company take Brian Brees, believing the number 1 high school recruit can reach his potential in Detroit. This kid has got all the heart in the world, considering he's still playing with all the adversity he's been through. He's good, man. You just need to find it in him and unlock it. He's good. Dan Campbell's going to be able to do that for this kid. Putting him on that a defensive line with Aiden Hutchinson, especially since you grabbed your QB in the first round. I mean, this is a nice pick. I want Brian Brees to do well, and putting him on that line with Aiden Hutchinson is going to help him tremendously. Honestly, turns that defensive line around. That's pretty nasty. There he is. I said it. Don't be shocked if Hendon Hooker goes. Hendon Hooker, 6'3", 217. Pick 19 to Tampa Bay. The Bucs still have pieces to contend in a weak NFC. So they take the 25-year-old Hendon Hooker and hope the Tennessee QB can manage this offense. Kind of smart. Bringing him to compete with Kyle Trask and Baker Mayfield. I don't think Baker Mayfield's got this tool set, honestly, to be a starting QB in this league anymore. But if you want him to come in and be a teacher, I think he's got it. I think he could teach. This is a reach for this kid, considering he's 25. But, man, let me tell you, if this kid was 23, he'd be the 3rd QB off the board, no doubt in my mind. Maybe 2nd. He has got all of the QB technicals you need. He's got the arm strength towards ACL. So it all is based upon how he is rehabbed from that. I think there's some major holes that this team needs to really figure out. In my eyes, they have Chris Godwin, they have Mike Evans. Their offensive line is kind of decimated at this point. They have Tristan Wirfs still, I know. Their defense is patchy, I'm going to say. You got Baker. I mean, honestly, I'm going to sit here and say, get out there and do what you guys can do. The QB class is better next year. Draft offensive line and defense and watch the whole team transform next year. But if you're going to compete this year, this is the pick you do. I like Hendon Hooker. I do. Nolan Smith out of Georgia. The Seahawks double down on defense and take the uber athletic Nolan Smith. So, guys, Nolan Smith, crazy NFL combine. So, to recap, you guys went Jalen Carter, then Nolan Smith. Totally transforms that defensive line. Wow. This kid is going to be a crazy pass rusher. A little undersized at 238, but his speed is going to make up for it, and he's underrated in run defense. Love this. Seattle's got a legit defense, man. They brought back Bobby Wags, too. You got to watch. Seattle's got a legit team now. If Geno could turn it on like he did last year, Seattle's got a legit team. Kind of my sleeper pick this year. I got to see the draft, but you got to watch. My Chargers take Jackson Smith-Njigba. The wide receiver drought finally ends with the selection of Jackson Smith-Njigba. The Chargers are thrilled to get him in this offense with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. The 6'1", 196-pounder is the best route runner in the draft. His three-cone drill was disgusting. I'm a Chargers fan. I need to disclose this, but I try to be biased and I try to say what's best for every team. So, no, I'm not a hater of your team. I'm just honest. I'm just an honest fan of the sport. But if I had to pick a team, Chargers are my boys. I like this pick. This is a huge pick. Why? Major cap issues next year with receivers with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen is getting a little old. And Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. All right, in my eyes, Khalil Mack and Keenan Allen, probably both of them are not going to be on the team. You may try to salvage one, but this is your replacement for Keenan. This is your replacement for Keenan Allen. I know he's got his hamstring issues and everything, but this is an awesome pick. This is an ideal pick. I honestly don't put this in many of my mocks because I don't expect him to be here. If he slides 221 and the Chargers get him, Kellen Moore, the new offensive coordinator from Dallas, he's now in Los Angeles for the Chargers. Salivate, man. He's fast. He can make people miss. No, man. Think about Jackson Smith-Njigba even learning more from a route runner like Keenan Allen, who in my eyes is top 5 route runner in the league. Coming in, learning from Keenan Allen, that's a recipe that is gorgeous. Who we got here at 22? Whoa. Another trade from Philly. With the top 4 corners off the board and several teams ahead of them in need of a defensive back, the Eagles make a sizable move up for Brian Branch, who can play anywhere in the secondary. Guys, Eagles fans, this is cool. You trade back, got some draft capital, got Bijan. Is he the biggest need? No, but completes the offense. Then what do? You take the extra draft capital to move up from 30 to 22, I assume, because you're giving up 30, and you're probably going to give up one of the extra draft capital that you just got, and move up to get your versatile Brian Branch. This is cool. And considering the way this draft fell, you don't really need to move anymore because the edges are kind of falling here a little bit. Caljin Kancey's still on the board. I mean, this is cool. This is a really cool situation for you guys. And the Ravens move back. They just got Odell. Why do the Ravens move back? I mean, they got more draft capital. I don't know. I want to see what the Ravens do with that pick, though, so we'll see. And then Jordan Addison. This is an awesome fit for him, too. Kirk Cousins gets another playmaker. Adam Thielen's not there. Justin Jefferson gets there. He's another route-running nightmare. Imagine him learning from Justin Jefferson. Jordan Addison goes with Captain Kirk. Not too sure what's happening with Dalvin Cook anymore. You got T.J. Hawkinson at tight end still. They need to have the glaring They have a glaring need at corner. But, man, if Jordan Addison's here at 23, this is awesome. This is a really, really, really cool pick. And honestly, makes that offense a little scary again. Because when Adam Thielen left, got a little shaky, you can kind of double Justin Jefferson and be okay. Not anymore. Not with Jordan Addison there. That's a cool pick. In my eyes, if this happens, this is, I'm going to say, an A-. I love Miles, man. I love Miles Murphy. 6'5", 268. The Jaguars stopped Miles Murphy's fall by adding an edge rusher with the size and traits to beat offensive tackles. I'll be shocked if he's here at 24. I'm a huge fan of Miles Murphy. I would not be upset if the Chargers grab him at 21. I'll be a little surprised if he falls out of the top 20. Just because I think this kid's got it. I really do. I think this kid's got it. He needs a little bit more consistency. But going to Jacksonville, that defense is starting to look real nice. I like this move for Jacksonville. I wouldn't be upset with an offensive guard or whatever. I think there's still some tackles on the board. We'll see how the rest of this first round pans out. Thank you. Osiris Torrance, 6'5", 330. I understand a guard is not the flashiest pick in the first round, especially at 25, but this is a home run pick for the Giants, and I'll get into it why. The Giants get some more protection for the newly signed Daniel Jones. Osiris Torrance will be a plus starter at guard right away. If I had to grade this, guys, this is an A pick. The other receiver on the board is going to be Zay Flowers that possibly can go here. You can still have corners going here, but honestly, the top tier guys are off the board. And you have Saquon, you got Daniel Jones. I mean, you picked up a handful of receivers in free agency this offseason. Nobody's going to be your X guy with who you guys picked up, but Osiris Torrance is a plug-and-play interior offensive lineman, and this really transforms your offensive line. This is awesome. This is an awesome dude. I don't think he let up a sack in college, and he's massive. There's a reason Anthony Richardson was successful and able to move around the way he did. This guy. Stud. This is an A pick for the Giants. Dalton Kincaid. I don't like this at all. Cowboys swap Dalton Schultz for Dalton Kincaid. Dalton for Dalton. And feel good about it. And feel good about their offensive playmakers heading into 2023. I like their tight end room. I like that. I like their tight end room. I don't think it's a huge position of need. If that's the case, they're probably going to go Zay Flowers here for a receiver, but they got don't be shocked if actually DeAndre Hopkins ends up here too. They don't need a corner anymore. They got Gilmore. I mean, their defense looks pretty good. The value's there. I get it. I'm not sold on this pick. I would have to give this probably a C+. Oh, talk about a flashy offense, huh? Zay Flowers, 5'9", 182. The man who makes people miss with the ball in his hands. Goes to Buffalo. Josh Allen can't do it all offensively. So the Bills provide him with a wide receiver in Zay Flowers, who did a lot with a little in Boston College. You're going to give this kid a screen pass, and he's going to get 20 yards easy. All right? Yeah, the size is going to be different, but he's so twitchy. He's going to make people miss. This is scary on that offense. I can see them going edge here. Also can see them maybe D-back, but this is a flashy pick. And once again, outside of Diggs, they kind of need a little more consistency. Gabe Davis is good, but this makes that offense nasty. This really does. This is a good pick. This is a good pick. 6'5", 249, Michael Mayer to the Bengals. The Bengals nab the best all-around tight end in this draft class. More firepower for Joe Burrow. Why this is big? He can block. He can play. He can run up the seam. This is awesome. This is a hell of a pairing with him, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. That offense, and we all don't know what's going on with Joe Mixon. But Joe Mixon, that offense should be firing on all cylinders. And you add another blocker. Don't be shocked if they go tackle heel. I don't know what's happening with their tackle. I believe Jonah Williams is his name. Don't be shocked if they go tackle here. Anton Harrison's still falling, so. This is kind of as expected. Keon White, 6'5", 285. The Saints select Keon White to help fill the void left by departing free agent Marcus Davenport. New Orleans bets on his versatility and upside. I agree with this. I'm actually a big fan of Keon White. Don't be shocked if he goes a little higher than this. I think he's kind of flying under the radar a little bit. So, guys, let's see what Baltimore does with this trade. Very interesting because they got OBJ. All right, pick 30, Quentin Johnson, 6'3", 208. General Manager Eric DeCosta said he wanted more draft picks, and he got them by trading back 8 spots so the Eagles can move up. Here's the bonus. Quentin Johnson is still on the board, so the Ravens continue to provide more firepower for Lamar Jackson. You got Odell, you got this kid, you got Duvernay, you got Andrews. You really just made your offense next level if this is the way you go in the offseason. Lamar would have all the tools in the world if this is how this goes. Honestly. Oh. As a Chargers fan, this would kill me. As an NFL fan, wowee. Chris Jones needs some help in the middle of the defensive line. The undersized, extremely explosive Kalajan Kancey will find his way into the opposing backfield. Chris Jones and Kancey together is a nightmare for offensive line. Nightmare for offensive linemen. Quick twitch, Chris Jones is a problem by himself. Imagine adding this kid in the pass rush. Collapsing any offensive line from the middle. Disaster of a game. 6'1", 281. Kid out of Pitt. He's getting the unfair comparison of Aaron Donald, but that's his upside. Awesome, awesome draft. Guys, I love this. Kyle Stackpole hit a home run with this one. You know, guys, Two-Tone Sports here. Once again, going to be live for the NFL draft. Very interesting. He's got the Eagles moving around. Got some QBs off the board. 5 QBs in the first. Guys, I love this one. Hope you guys had so much fun. Leave a comment down below. And as always, guys, thank you for watching.